And then security was like, you can't be over here, like vendors only gonna be on that side. You don't need to be on this side. And I'm like, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Carissa, and I am back with another video. Thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys so much for liking my videos, sharing them, comments, and everything. Like, it means the world to me, for real, because all I want to do is share this information with y'all and hope that you become successful, hope that you become prosperous in your business, and hope that these videos give you a little bit more encouragement about your entrepreneur journey. Without further ado, let's get on into the video. Now, this is part two. Well, not part two, but the second time I think I got scammed. Well, the first time I definitely got scammed. This time, I'm not sure if I got scammed, so I'm gonna share this story with y'all. I hope that these videos help you guys. Everybody that's out there doing pop-up shops, I hope that you are doing your research and doing what you have to do to be successful, because it is a lot of scammers out there, and it is a lot of people who really just don't care about your business or you making money. So just be careful with the events that you're doing. I am dropping a webinar about how to profit at pop-up shops. Check the description box, sign up for my email alerts. You will get business tips, pop-up shop tips, all of the stuff that I know. I'm sharing them things for free, but the webinar is not free. It will be a 3-part webinar. So make sure you guys be on the lookout for that and get that, so you won't waste any more time, any more money, or start struggling with, or so you can stop struggling with pop-up shops and what you should be doing. Okay. Now, this video is just, you know, a little story time. You know, it is what it is. This particular time, right? I had this friend, and the friend was like a socialite. Like, she was like a socialite, and I'll leave it at that. Like, she was one of them people who, you know who she is, but you don't know what she does for a living. Like, she was one of those. Like, she was well connected, not even just well connected with like the like celebrities. Like, she was well connected with like CEOs and VPs and, you know, like Congress people, you know, political people, like all of those type of people. Like, she was connected, or still is connected, but she's connected to like movers and shakers, high quality people, high value people. Cool as ever, right? So she was throwing this event, and the event was like a 2-part type of event. So it was like, one part of the event was more so like a conference, you know, stuff like that. And then the other part of the event was like more like kid friendly and amusement type stuff. Like, so it was a 2-part type of event, right? So I already knew about the event. Like, I was going to the event as an attendee, right? And so she calls me. Now, at this time, I'm no longer doing pop-ups, like, at all. Like, I'm not doing pop-up shops anymore. Online is working out really well for me at this time. So I had retired from the pop-up shop industry. So she calls me, and she knew this. And so she calls me, and she's like, yo, I need you to help me with my outfits for the show. Like, she was going to be doing outfit changes and stuff like that, which is fine. So she was like, you know, I need you to help me with my outfits. Now, rewind. I knew the guest list of the people who were coming to this event, okay? Let me just say that. So I knew who was coming to the event. I knew the type of people that were going to be at this event. So she calls, and she's like, I need you to help me help style me. And I'm like, okay, cool. So time go on, whatever, we do this. And then she says, well, how about I wear some stuff from your store? Like, that would be more exposure for you. And then especially, you know, at the event, and you're going to be there. So, okay, cool. Now, the agreement was, I give you some stuff to wear for the event, and we was just incorporating it with some of the other stuff that she had. But you need to give me my stuff back, flat out. Like, this is a loan. It's not a gift, okay? So, you know, and I mean, I haven't spoken to her in a while, but it's no beef, it's no bad blood, but it is what it is. This is my story, okay? So, and I hate to put people out there, but I just want y'all to know this story, because I don't know if I got scammed. It is what it is. So, you know, so she's like, okay, now, then she says, well, why don't you just be a vendor? Now, her vendor fee was like $500-600 or something like that. So she was like, look, You helping me out. Just give me like $200 for the spot. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing pop-ups no more. Like, girl, I don't feel like doing all of that. So she convinced me to do it. Now that's the thing. As y'all remember in the last video, I said I didn't want to do the show that my friends told me about. I need to just start sticking with my first mind, which I typically do. This is a wake-up call for y'all to stick with your first mind. So I was like, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to do them no more. So anyway, she convinced me to do the show. And I pack up my stuff. And it's so crazy because I wasn't even like into it the way that I normally would be for a pop-up shop, because at this point, I'm just doing a favor. But I did give her the money, and it was what it was. So the day comes and I get to the event. Now this event actually did happen, but I get to the event. Now, you know how like you have, for the vendors, typically they have like that hour or 2 hours before the show strictly dedicated to vendors to set up. So I'm a little outside of that window, but the show hasn't started yet, but it's close to start time. So I pull up. It was a bunch of people outside. It was so many people there, right? I mean, the line was thick and long. And I'm like, oh, I'm glad I did do this show. Like, it's money making time. It's go time. So now I get excited. Now I get into it. I'm like, yes, I'm glad she convinced me to do it. So I'm lugging all my stuff in. That was so crazy because I didn't even like properly prepare to carry my stuff in. I didn't have a cart. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have a helper. I had nothing. So I made so many trips in and out the building and, just trying to get my stuff set up. And I left some of that stuff in the car. So I set up, I do my normal walk around. I introduce myself, all of these different things. Like it was what it was. My walk around, introduce myself to the other vendors, do my normal little 1-2 before any show, right? And I'm trying to figure out, it's like probably like an hour or two into the show. It was start time. The show, I think it was probably like 4 or 5 hours. It's empty. Now, like I said, it was a 2-part type of event. So on the side where like the conference and stuff was going on, that was a completely different side. We were on the other side. Like, and the way that we were positioned, it was like nobody had to come in and out of that way because everybody was coming in the other way for where the conference and stuff was happening. So they never even had to like walk past us or never even had to like see us because of how the venue was set up. And so I'm like, okay, like what is going on? Because it's the side of the building we were on was empty, like crickets. I mean, probably 10 people an hour, and they was seeing us by mistake because, oh, that's what I forgot. All those people that was lined up, only about 25% of those people were coming to the event that I was at. The other people was going to a different event, okay, which I found that out later. Nonetheless, though. So I'm like, it's dead in here. So I'm walking on the other side. And then security was like, you can't be over here. Like, vendors only gonna be on that side. You don't need to be on this side. And I'm like, what? So boom, I text her like, yo, come here. So she comes and she's like, girl, I'm gonna send some people to your table. I'm like, no, I need to be on that side. So I walk over with her. I start going over there in the middle of the conference. I'm passing out my business card. I'm telling people to come see me on the other side. Like, I'm pretty much being a disruption, I guess, maybe. I don't know. But I need to make my $200 back, okay? So I'm getting people to come over to my side, okay? So then people did start coming over and they start buying from me. And then, just FYI, I did make my $200 back. I think I made like $400 that day or something like that. But still, it's the principle. So I started bringing people over to me, and then I started going like where the other event was taking place. And I started going to get customers from over there too. And so, you know, it wasn't a lot, but I was just still like, I'm here. I might as well sell my clothes. I might as well get the word out about my business. I might as well build my email list. Like, I'm here. I might as well do these things. And so I remember one of the vendors coming up to me and she was like, well, a couple of them came up to me, but they were just basically really upset that the vendors were not being advertised and that they wasn't making any money. Like when I say they was making no money, they weren't making any money, because you got to think the people didn't know we were there. And then the people that did see us, they accidentally seen us and they just wanted to know how to get to where they was going. So the people that I brought over to me strictly only purchased from me. And so that was pretty much the other vendors' issue, was just like, well, you're the only one that's making money. And I was just like, well, I'm the only one going to get a customer. And it's like, well, we can't leave our stuff, or, you know, I'm like, I'll watch your stuff, go get you some customers or something like that. But at that point in time, we probably like 3 hours into the show, 2.5, 3 hours into the show. And they did not want to bother with it anymore. They was just kind of like, you know what? The thing said that we can't take down early. So I'm going to just sit here until whatever time the event was over. And then I'm going to start taking my stuff down. Not me. At this point, I feel bamboozled. At this point, I almost feel like I got scammed. And I had to do way too much work to get somebody to me. It was almost as if I was trying to get people to come into a storefront. Like, this is not what this event was supposed to be. So I packed up my stuff and I left. Like, well, I packed up my stuff and then I started putting it in the car or whatever. And it was what it was. Like, at this point in time, I'm not in jail. You cannot hold me here. I don't want to be here anymore. I've made my little money back and it's time for me to go. And I just felt so bad for the other vendors. And I remember putting my last bag in the car and I was like, that was kind of like shady, low key. Like, even though you have people there, why didn't you at some point tell the people to go see the vendors? Why didn't you inform the people that there are vendors on the other side? Like, something, you know. It is what it is. I digress with that. But I remember putting my last bag in the car and I felt terrible. Like, even though this wasn't my event, but like, girl, we cool. And I don't like what you just did. So I'm going to tell you about yourself, like, later, which I did. I put my last bag in the car and then I came back in. And the money that I made from that show, I took all $400 and spent that money on every single vendor that was there, even though it wasn't anywhere close to their vendor feedback. It was just the fact I couldn't. As a business owner, I can't fathom not making no money when I've spent my money, and especially the type of money that they spent to do that show. So I came in and I just spent all the money with them. I'm like, you know what? And some of them I still buy from because they actually had really good products. So I'm glad I did that. But yeah, y'all tell me. I don't know. Do y'all think I got scammed in this situation, or was it just like the person just wasn't being truthful, or it could have been organized better? I don't know. Scam is like a really strong word. So I ain't gonna say I got scammed, but it definitely wasn't a good feeling. So, yeah, you know, like I say, make sure you guys are doing your research. Make sure you know the type of events that you're doing. Make sure that you go and get your own audience. If it's dry like that and you have the resources to do so, or you have like an audience there, make sure you start going to go get those people and bringing people to you. Like, it's no fun to sit back and feel terrible when you're not making any money. So y'all let me know in the comments if I got scammed. Y'all let me know if y'all like these type of videos. Make sure you sign up for email alerts. Make sure you get the pop-up shop class. Make sure you look in the description box for all the business tips, goodies, all that good stuff. So anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.